Hello everybody, and a happy belated Easter as I'm coming to you Monday morning, or at least I'm scheduling this for Monday morning. I hope all of your celebrations were on target and absolutely beautiful for you this spring season. And I am here today with weekly guidance for the Bits Goddess. So, as far as the planets go this week, we had one go finally direct. We had Venus go direct. So it ends our introspection into the things that love and light us up and the things that actually are going to nourish soul. And we have a couple days, and then we're going to have Pluto go direct or go retrograde. So that means we'll have Jupiter in retrograde, we'll have Pluto in retrograde, we'll have Saturn in retrograde, and we are in Mercury retrograde. Now, the last 2 weeks, they were intense, and they were crazy, and it felt a little chaotic, even for me, and I center multiple times a day. So if you don't have that practice where you're daily, and multiple times a day daily, seeking center and seeking what you need to move yourself through the moment and sort of metabolize those energies and metabolize your own emotions, I can only imagine how chaotic it must have felt. I do feel that this week is going to calm down a bit in that respect. And I think a lot of people are going to go more inward, especially because of now Pluto going retrograde. It's like we have done so much work, so much beautiful work into discovering what it is we actually need to propel us forward in life. That was our Venus retrograde. And now that that is passing, and we're still in the shadow phase of that, but now that that is passing, and Pluto is about to go direct in conjunction with Jupiter going direct, now we're going to take a look at the deeper work that we haven't been doing. And we're going to get very much inward, and it's going to be very much a journey of breaking up. And it doesn't necessarily mean breaking up with people. It does depend on your circumstance. It does depend on what is happening in your life. But you're going to be breaking up with patterns. You're going to be breaking up with anything that is destructive or stagnant and holding you back. This can be a tremendous time of healing. But since Pluto is going to be in retrograde along with Jupiter, and I think there's a square coming up where they square each other, we're going to hinge our life success on what we choose to release. And we are also coming out of full moon. So we are heading toward new moon. Again, natural release period. So the theme of these next 2 weeks is going to be let it go, let it go. There isn't any reason to hold on to the things that we are holding on to. And what's going to be coming up for you, the messages that are going to be coming through. This was all being built upon by everything we learned about ourselves and our lives over this Venus retrograde. So love is spurring this. Even if the messages about the exact why some of these breakups have to happen in your life might catch up with you over these next 2 weeks. Maybe it's not all right in the forefront of your mind right now. But those messages will come, and they will come clearer and clearer, especially as we head toward Beltane, May Day, May 1st. That is a day where the veil is going to be naturally thin. It happens 2 times a year. It happens on Samhain or Halloween. Well, maybe not on that day directly, but we're in that season of veil thinning. And it happens again on the polar opposite day on our calendar. It happens on May Day and around Beltane. So this energy is more of a let the fairies come through. Let the creative energy come through, because you don't know what's going to be born out of it. And so these next 2 weeks, we are making space in our lives. We will be called to physically let go of things, of people. And so this is going to be a week of making, 2 weeks of making space until we hit some of those bigger energies from the veil thinning, those creative kind of fairy, kind of very inspired, very muse-like energies coming into our lives. So we're making space for that. And everything that we have gone through with Venus retrograde is putting us in loving alignment with those energies that are going to just increase as we get closer to May. Excuse me. I was outside all yesterday and I had my dogs out with me and they were wandering around. We have 6 acres that we're on, and like every 10 minutes I'm like picking my head up going like, Xander, Hershey, where are you? But now my voice is a little off today. Now the cards for this week, I think they just really speak to the self-care and the perspective that we need to have as we're looking at what needs to be released over these next 2 weeks, but these cards are specifically for this week. So from the Enchanted Map deck, we have Encouragement. And isn't that a beautiful card for this week since that baby giraffe was born? I know so many people were watching and waiting for that giraffe to be born, and it finally was. So it's like this week we're being called to look for signs of life around us, for hope. Things that will grow, things that can grow. It's not all about the nuclear bombs that may or may not be released. It's not about the political turmoil that is happening right now. Keep those signs of life in your view. And we are also looking at, from the Messenger Oracle deck, this happy little fairy bunny. And that is, love that you are different. So if any time there was a time to be the light that you are, it's this week. Love that you have a different perspective on perhaps this breaking up period, this realignment period before a lot more creative and fiery and juicy energies come into play. Love that you can be that beacon, that you can be that voice of reason and compassion. And lastly, we do have a call for physical balance. Though I do have a feeling that's 2 of Pentacles, and again, I do not know the name of this deck. It is something I picked up at Barnes & Noble's right by the register in those tiny little boxes. I love it. There's the back of it. I love that folklore-y feel to it. But 2 of Pentacles. There's a couple things happening here. I mean, we are coming into these huge energies of abundance and vitality as we go toward the veil thinning period around Beltane. So I do think that our manifestations have the ability to happen just as fast as we create them. The inflows and the outflows, they're going to find balance one way or the other during this period. And that is something we should be shooting for. So especially if we're looking at how things might need to be breaking up with in our lives or let go of the things that would keep your inflow and your outflows unbalanced. So it's a self-care thing, it's a grounding thing, but there's also abundance in this. So we're making space in the garden so new things can grow. Again, there's a rebalancing occurring. So follow that and take care of yourself through it, even if you have to center 5 times a day. Because it's beautiful and it makes you feel good. And sometimes these seasons can be rough. Like, I have allergy issues. You can tell I got all these puffy eyes here. And I will have them until February, but I will have them until winter comes. I just have all sorts of allergies. But it just, with the right medication if you need it, with the right supplements if you need it, these transitions between seasons and between energy periods. So on that note, beautiful biz goddesses, I do want to say that I am releasing and I am embracing, and I am balancing my inflows and my outflows, and I am launching a inner circle experience for business goddesses who need this kind of really soul-centered realignment with their business pieces, with their light, so that they can get out there and they can shine every day. And we'll be having monthly workshops. We'll be having all sorts of support calls and office hours and Q&A time. Lots of, maybe not FaceTime because, you're probably all over the world, but lots of time to really sit down and get the questions answered that you need to move forward, to be centered in your light, and to come from a place of power within your business. So this is wonderful for those of you starting out who want to start out right out of the gate with a soul-aligned business where you do feel on fire and you have your whole funnel. Maybe not your whole funnel, but you have your business pieces in alignment and ready to go. And this is for those looking to up their business or reignite their business and their divine self within that. So those of you who might be struggling to attract soulmate clients, struggling to get out there and shine your light, this group is for you. And I would absolutely love to work with you. I'll put the link in the post description here so you can see it. And I will see all of you throughout the week because I will be on and off. And I'll be talking more about my Shine Boost Inner Circle this week. All right, love yous. Happy Easter again.